Hey, this is 365 Days a Movie, my top 365 movies. So check out the next installment. Number 188, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. Rating, 8.13. Released in 2012, directed by Peter Jackson, starring Ian McKellen, Martin Freeman, Richard Armitage, James Nesbitt, Ken Stott, Cate Blanchett, Ian Holm, Christopher Lee, Hugo Weaving, Elijah Wood, and Andy Serkis. Bilbo Baggins lives a simple life with his fellow hobbits in the Shire, until the wizard Gandalf arrives and convinces him to join a group of dwarves on a quest to reclaim the kingdom of Erebor. The journey takes Bilbo on a path through treacherous lands swarming with orcs, goblins, and other dangers, not the least of which is an encounter with Gollum and a simple gold ring that is tied to the fate of Middle-earth in ways Bilbo cannot even fathom. Now, I was very young when I first read The Hobbit, and I love that book. I think it was somewhere between 8 and 10, and I've revisited since then in my teenage years and adult years. And it was one of my favorite books. And it's one of the earliest examples of fantasy, depending on how you look at it. I mean, there's some people that consider Lord Dunsining's work to be the earliest work of fantasy. And if you want to take a broad swath of the fantastic, then, you know, the La Morte d'Art, the King Arthur tales, and going further back to the mythology of Greece and Rome, and then of course Three Kingdoms, the work about the Han Dynasty in China. All of these have fantastic elements to them, and maybe you could consider them fantasy, but most people consider the fantasy genre starting with Tolkien. Now, the Lord of the Rings books are not my favorite books, but The Hobbit is definitely one of my favorites. Now, the way they filmed the Lord of the Rings movies, I really love those. And they filmed them all together, and there was 3 of them, because it was either 3 or 2 books, depending on what set you got of Lord of the Rings over the years. The Hobbit, however, was just a very small, or just a regular size paperback. And it didn't really, as far as I'm concerned, warrant 3 movies. If the Lord of the Rings could do it in 3 movies, well, then you could probably do The Hobbit in 1 or 2 at the most. The beginning of the movie starts off very similar, and the wonderful singing by the dwarves is amazing, and the way that the whole tale unfolds is well adapted. Things start to go off the rails a little bit, pun intended if you've seen the movie. But I think the adaptation of the first movie is very close to what I remember of the Hobbit, and it felt to me like reading the book as a child again as I watched it. So for that reason, you should check out the movie. Hey everybody, this has been 365 Days of Movies. We're going to keep plowing ahead. So let me know what you think of this movie, and if you want to discuss it further, comment below. If I get a lot of interest, I may very well make a full review of the movie, maybe even a video essay. So let me know what you think, and let's get to the next one.